Powerpuff Girls is one of the greatest Cartoon Network shows of all time. As for the 2016 reboot, not so much. But today I'm here to review 3 Powerpuff Girls games released for the Game Boy Color. Bad Mojo Jojo, where you play as Blossom, Paint the Townsville Green, where you play as Buttercup against the Gangrene Gang, and Battle Him, where you play as Bubbles against him. All 3 games look, sound, and play identically, fighting enemies, picking up stolen loot, collecting trading cards, and saving the world before bedtime. As soon as you turn on the Game Boy, you're treated to an 8-bit rendition of the theme song. The music for the most part is decent, but I feel like the bonsai gardens, the subway station, etc. should each have their own song. Not to mention the sound effects are really, really quiet. In-game, the graphics leave a lot to be desired. They're faithful to the show, and you can tell who you're controlling, but the backgrounds are very simple, and the sprites are so blocky and small that I can't tell what a lot of them are. It's easy to get lost in most of the levels. They're quite large, everything looks the same, you only have 1 or 2 checkpoints per stage, and there are layouts that don't make any sense. Each of the girls controls the same. Movement is very sensitive, and disappointingly, you fly under a power meter, which doesn't help when you don't know what's below you, especially in the bonsai gardens. In that case, it's not worth it trying to hop around and collect all the stolen loot. Even some of the key items are in areas you wouldn't think to check. As far as I've heard, you can only get unlimited flight by means of one of the many cheats. Attacking isn't much better. I can barely punch or kick anyone without getting myself hit because you have a short range and the control is delayed. Combined with loose movement, I found myself running into these blades a lot trying to attack Mojo Jojo. To make up for it, the girls can use projectiles to stun enemies, powered by means of Chemical X you can pick up throughout the level, but it only gives you 1 free shot and each enemy takes at least 2 hits. You can use telephones you picked up to call another girl during a boss battle, and they'll deal some of the damage for you, except for Bubbles. Even in Battle Him, she's useless with this feature. However, quite a few of the bosses are incredibly easy. They do little more than move back and forth. You can wail on them and they'll barely move an inch. There's also a tentacle monster which takes 4 easy hits, even as a regular enemy. These games aren't overly difficult, but the controls and slow speed contribute to cheap frustration. Maybe they would be a lot more fun if the pace was closer to the source material. So what did you think? Should I review another game in the future? What about my brother? Or should we just leave it to Mike?